India's external debt reaches $629.1 billion as of June 2023. 1. India's growing external debt. India's financial landscape took center stage when the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, released data on 28 September 2023. The numbers showed that India's external debt had climbed to a substantial $629.1 billion by the end of June 2023. This marked an increase of $4.7 billion compared to what it was at the end of March 2023. Here's a nugget to ponder. The external debt to GDP ratio actually decreased slightly from 18.8% in March 2023 to 18.6% in June 2023. But there's a twist. Some of this change is because of the US dollar's rise against other important currencies like the yen and special drawing rights, SDR2. This currency shift added $3.1 billion to the debt total. If we don't count this currency effect, the actual debt increase was $7.8 billion. 2. The composition of debt. Now, let's break down that debt. A big chunk of it, $505.5 billion to be precise, falls under the category of long-term debt. These are loans and obligations with a maturity period of over 1 year. This category saw an increase of $9.6 billion compared to March 2023. 3. Balance of payments and the CAD. Shifting gears, India's current account deficit, CAD, caught our attention. In the first quarter of the fiscal year 2023-24, Q1, 2023-24, the CAD improved to $9.2 billion, which is 1.1% of the GDP. This was much better than the same period in the previous year when the CAD was a hefty $17.9 billion, 2.1% of GDP. But there's a hiccup. It was higher than the last quarter when it was $1.3 billion, 0.2% of GDP. The reason behind this swing is mainly due to a fatter trade deficit and a dip in net services income and private transfer receipts. Net services income went down because exports of computer, travel, and business services took a hit, even though they were higher when compared to the previous year. 4. International investment position. Switching gears again, let's talk about international investments. Non-residents now claim $379.7 billion as their stake in India. This went up by $12.1 billion in Q1, 2023-24. The reason? More foreign-owned financial assets in India, $36.2 billion, compared to Indian residents' financial assets overseas, $24.1 billion. This rise in Indian residents' foreign assets during April to June 2023 happened because of an increase in reserve assets, direct investment, loans, and trade credit. Inward portfolio investments added $15.0 billion, and foreign direct investments pitched in with $8.9 billion. 5. The bottom line. In a nutshell, India's external debt has grown, reaching $629.1 billion by June 2023. There's been a slight drop in the external debt to GDP ratio. Most of this debt is in the form of long-term loans. The current account deficit had its ups and downs, mostly because of trade imbalances and changes in services income. India's international investment position shows a growing interest from non-residents in the Indian economy. But Indian residents are also expanding their overseas assets. It's worth remembering that India's debt situation seems manageable. But the RBI is keeping an eye on global interest rates and the strength of the US dollar, which could bring challenges down the road.
Thanks for watching. KudosKuber bless you with fame and wealth.